Recorded Books presents A Cowboy Kind of Thing by Reese Ryan, narrated by Jasmin Walker. Chapter 1. What do you mean you aren't coming? Dionna Reed paced the floor of her hotel room at the Bellamy Resort in Royal, Texas, where she'd arrived little more than an hour ago. She'd been expecting her best friend, actress Ariana Ramos, to arrive at the hotel any minute. Instead, her friend video called her to break the news that she wouldn't be coming to Royal after all. But this is your wedding, Ari. How can you not be here? Dionna realized that her voice had risen higher than necessary. She didn't care. This was a full-out emergency. I've been dreaming of my wedding since I was 5 years old. Do you really think I'd prefer to be stuck here on set in Peru for another 4 weeks? There was a slight tremble in Ari's voice, and instantly Dee felt guilty. Yes, she'd sacrificed 4 days of her busy life to come to Royal, the hometown of Ari's fiancé, best-selling author Xavier Noble. But she was supposed to be there to lend moral support and her honest opinion as Ariana and her fiancé worked with their wedding planner to make arrangements for their nuptials. Forget about yourself for a minute. Think of how devastating this must be for her. I'm sorry, Ari. I know how much you were looking forward to this. Dionna settled onto the brown leather sofa as she surveyed the luxury 2-bedroom hotel suite her friend had probably laid out a small mint for. What happened, exactly? We were 4 hours away from the film wrap-up party when the bomb dropped, Ari said, anger rising in her voice. You know how I said my co-star, Nicholas Rainey, gives me the creeps because of the way he's always looking at me when the camera isn't rolling? Well, apparently my spider senses are on point. It seems Nick's eye isn't the only thing that has been roaming. Don't tell me. Yes, Ari hissed. Multiple women have made harassment claims against the creep. Since the first woman filed a suit against him 5 days ago, at least 10 other women have come forward, including his sister-in-law. Oh, no. Isn't his wife pregnant with their 3rd or 4th kid right now? Dionna asked. Their 5th, Ari practically screeched. Wow, this dude is absolute trash, Dionna said. But the studio has already wrapped up filming. What do they plan to do? Shelve the film and hope the fury dies down? They're taking these claims seriously, and they should. Nick's agent and PR firm have already dropped him like a radioactive rock, and the studio is yanking him from the film. I support the decision 100%, but that means we're going to have to reshoot every freaking scene that handsy jerk was in, and since he was the leading man, we're practically reshooting the entire film. I'm so sorry, Ari. And I'll do whatever I can to help. Should I call the wedding planner and try to get this rescheduled? Dionna reached into her leather Want les Essentiels vertical tote bag and pulled out her planner. No, don't! Why not? Dionna surveyed the current date. This is supposed to be an exploratory trip to make decisions about your wedding. Seems pretty important for the bride to be here. We've already rescheduled twice. We can't afford to put this off any longer. But the wedding isn't until June, Dionna reminded her. And it's already the end of February. Not much lead time in the wedding industry. We've pushed this as far back as we can. I cannot cancel these meetings again. They must go on as planned, Ari insisted. Without the bride? Dionna asked incredulously. Is Xavier going to video call you to make every single decision? About that. Ari's expression reminded Dee of Lucille Ball's whenever she had to deliver bad news to her best friend Ethel Mertz on I Love Lucy. There's more bad news? X won't be there either, Ari said sheepishly. Why? This is his hometown. He's the one who wanted to get married here instead of in L.A. Dionna was still miffed that Ari had broken tradition and moved the wedding to the groom's hometown instead of hers. But where they got married actually mattered to X, whereas Ari's only concern was that their wedding be spectacular. Ari considered moving the wedding a peace offering to Xavier's family, who seemed less than thrilled about their son marrying into Hollywood. A small sacrifice for the man she adored. It was sweet, sure, but it made planning the wedding complicated, especially now. I know, sweetie, Ari cooed, employing the same voice she'd used to talk Dee into questionable decisions since the two of them had met and become best friends in middle school. But the European book tour for The Silence is going really well. Xavier's publisher wants to extend the tour, and they've lined up several talk show appearances. But this has been planned for weeks, Dee said, which is why he'd intended to turn them down. But now that I'm not able to make the trip, we thought he might as well ride this wave while the book is hot. You know how fickle our industries can be, Dee. I need you there. No one knows me better than you. You always know exactly what I'm thinking before I've said a word. You know what I...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?